Okay, let's see if I know what I'm doing. Double check. YouTube looks pretty good here. Waiting on Twitch to load. There we go. Looks pretty good. Phone's going off. It's definitely what I want to see. Or hear, I guess. Okay. There we go. Let's double check. That might have been... that was my own alerts. Okay. Before we get started here, okay. Should have grabbed a cleaning cloth for my glasses. That's gonna annoy me. Over here. I'll be really upset if I don't. I have one on my other desk. 1 second. Okay. Had to grab a cleaning cloth for my glasses real quick. I didn't realize how dirty they were before I started. Right. Yeah, that is dirty. My goodness. I feel like the cleaning cloth is just smudging them. There we go. That looks better. Better than it was anyways. All right. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to go. I am attempting to multi-stream to both YouTube and Twitch. And YouTube has a higher quality setting than what Twitch does. So if you absolutely want to see everything in like the highest quality possible, you probably want to be viewing on YouTube. If you just really like how Twitch works, like if you're used to how Twitch live streaming works and stuff, then you probably want to be on Twitch. Maybe like the channel point features and stuff like that. That's perfectly acceptable. But Twitch limits the bitrate that I can send out, so it's a little bit limited over there versus YouTube, but I do have both active. Hopefully it's working. They're also, you can't see it yet because no one has chatted, but there will be a chat overlay that kind of goes on this side of the screen, like on this right hand side. And it's supposed to display both YouTube and Twitch chat, so that hopefully if someone from one chats everyone from the other one would be able to see it. In theory, this is a cool idea. We'll see how that works in practice. Yeah. I also added a couple of things like there's a little music widget thing up here. This is the song that's currently playing. And yeah, so let's switch over to the 2x zoom view. I don't know if I like the music that adds with that transition thing. So this is the guy we're going to be painting tonight, the Space Marine Lieutenant. This guy is pretty neat. I primed him a little while back. He's got a zenithal prime, which means from underneath, I sprayed the whole model black. And so from underneath, you can still see in the shadows, it's very dark. And then from above, we sprayed a very bright white. I believe this is Pro Acryl's bold titanium white. And as you can see, it is very, very white. It's pretty much the same white as like the caps of the army painter lids, which is pretty dang white. I think my ISO might be up just a little high. Like I could probably turn it down slightly, but I can't in the middle of the stream, unfortunately. I don't have access to that. But yeah, so this is what we're going to be painting tonight. This guy's pretty cool. He's got a big gun strapped onto his back here. I think this is a combi bolter. Looks like it's got a flamer attachment down here. And he's got multiple. He's got a knife in this hand. He's got a knife down here in the ground. And he's got a fairly large knife sword thing up here with some blood or whatever dripping off of it. Did it already start an ad break? Did I get an ad break alert in my chat thing? That's kind of cool if that's the case. I added a bunch of plugins to YouTube, and we'll see how they end up working out. So normally I play Black Templars, but I don't think that this guy needs to be a Black Templar. I think this guy could be a different faction, probably. I'm kind of interested in painting some different factions. Unfortunately, I didn't hold a vote for what faction to paint this guy as. I only held a vote for which model we were going to paint tonight. I've been thinking about painting some salamanders recently. I actually painted up a couple of guys. Not painted, I built a couple of models recently that are I think they're called Infernus Marines. They're the ones that have like the flamethrowers. And this guy has like a combi flamethrower looking thing. So he might work with them. He's also got like a big hunk of like a tyrannid. It's probably kind of hard to see the details so far, but it's like part of their husk or their shell strapped onto that shoulder, which I think is pretty neat. Oh, and he's got some here on his forearm. So that'd be kind of fun to paint that up. And I believe it's some of the remains of whatever this thing is down here that he's stepping on with the knife sticking out of it. I'll get first place this time. Welcome, Shini Wifey. I thought this was supposed to show me the chat better up here. What do I need to do? Let's see. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to show the chat in this view right here, but it doesn't seem to. I can see it on the stream, so I think that's fine. But I have a plugin that was supposed to show the chat up here, and I'm not seeing it. At least I'm not seeing it the way I was hoping I would see it. Is there a better? Hold on, I'm going to see if there's another like way I can add the chat, because I'm not. Yeah, I'm only seeing that on here. Interesting. Okay. Weird. All right. But yeah, I can see it on the stream, so I'll just have to make sure that that's big enough so that I can actually read that. That bigger. Oh, that's too big. It's probably fine, right about there. Okay, I zoomed it in a little bit, so now I can see better. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking since this guy has this combi flamer weapon, that this, and usually, well, not always, I mean, every Space Marine chapter basically has guys with flamethrowers, because, you know, it's cool. But I'm thinking this guy could be a member of the Salamanders, because I've been wanting to paint up some Salamanders recently. And the Salamanders wear green armor. Some really cool kind of dark green. So yeah, I think he'd be neat. And I believe that their symbol, like what he would have on this shoulder piece here, would be kind of a dragon icon. I don't actually have any decals to apply that there, but that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he could be cool as a salamander. I don't actually know what color their trim is. Hold on, I need to look this up. Images. It looks like they don't necessarily have like a specific trim marking. Maybe gold, maybe like a gold, maybe black. It looks like they mostly kind of go with like, you know, it's mostly green armor. And then yeah, either gold or black. Pretty much what I'm seeing online. I was trying to see if I could find. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And then, okay, so we'll go with green. His pouches will of course be like a brown leather. I'm thinking most of the Tyranid armor bits should probably be like purple. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's get some paint out. Oh, wow. I should have been more prepared. I still had my paint on my wet palette from last time. I mean, it's all dry, but I still had the sheet in here. So I need a fresh sheet. Gonna add a little bit of water to, I guess you guys can't see any of what I'm doing because I'm not in the the zoom or the non-zoomed version. So I've just got one of these little guys, making sure there's plenty of water in the palette. Looks like I could use a little bit more. Looks like a good amount of water. I can see just a little bit kind of moving around on the surface here. Grabbing another one of these sheets. These little paper guys. I've heard some people like to use sheets of parchment paper instead of whatever these are that Army Painter includes. These are the ones that came with the thing. Some people like how these work, and some people like the Army Painter ones. Or I'm sorry, some people like how these how the Army Painter ones work, which is with this, and then some people like how the parchment paper works better. And I don't know if I have a preference, because I haven't really tried it with parchment paper. Okay, so if I'm going to paint this guy up as a salamander, I think I need to start with a nice dark green. So I think I'm going to start with this angel green, kind of over the all the armor bits. So I think we'll start with that and see how that goes. Heavy on the app, on my phone, on the TV, and now my laptop. I wanted to see all the different ways to view it. Awesome. Well, let me know how it looks on all three different versions. That is kind of cool. And again, I am on both Twitch and YouTube, so either one could be, might look different. I'm going to switch back to the close-up view. So yeah, we're going to start with this angel green. It is considered a deep green, according to this. Number 1, Shini has arrived. We'll see about that. And then we'll probably, is this a deep green? Yeah. So we'll probably start with angel green and then use some green skin here as like a highlight. It's a couple of notches higher on the little scale here. Is rainforest considered? No, it's a vibrant green. Do I have any more? I don't have any more deep greens. So I have this rainforest green, and it is considered a vibrant green. We might use this for the very, very edge highlights for the armor. We'll see. Might be getting, what did we vote on? We voted on, I didn't vote, this Space Marine. He won the vote. He had 32% of the vote out of the four minis that were there. Need to redo. I love it. I think there were 22 votes last I looked. I checked right before 9 o'clock, right before I came down here to get ready. He kind of pulled ahead early. I mean, he's a Warhammer mini, so a lot of people really like Warhammer. And yeah, so to me it makes sense that he won. And I'm going to be painting him green. I'm going to paint him up as a salamander. So I'm going to get this paint going. Get it shaken up on my no redo. No time for a redo. I had it up for like 4 hours, man. I thought about just grabbing something and saying this is what I'm painting tonight, but then I was like, oh, it might be fun to do a poll. And the poll went pretty well, I think. I got a lot more interaction than I expected, honestly. I was thinking we'd get like 5, maybe 10 votes. We got like 20 something. Fine. I would have voted Space Marine anyways. Well, then he would have just had like a 34% vote or something like that. I don't know what the percentage would have been. But yeah, okay, we're gonna start with Angel Green. I'm gonna start kind of filling out some of his armor. Come on. Go. And do I want this brush or a larger one? I think this one will be fine. So I'm going to start by rinsing this out. Getting most of the water off. Not necessarily all the water, but all right. And I'm just going to start down here kind of low on his feet. We're just going to start blocking in this dark green, kind of covering lots of stuff. It's going to look kind of messy early on because we're trying not to get it on the ground too much, but we're basically just going to be covering. I might actually want to go to a bigger brush, or else this is going to take a while to get this blotted on here. Can't see the live chat very well on the phone. Looks great on the TV. Looks just fine on the laptop. Well, that's good to know. I figured on the phone, like the live chat would be kind of small. And I really wasn't sure how many people were going to be commenting on Twitch versus YouTube, because obviously you'll be able to see the chat for whichever platform you're on much easier, like the overlay, or I'm sorry, not the overlay, the, like, I don't know, if you're on YouTube, you're going to see the YouTube chat either next to the stream or underneath it, or whichever way you have it set up. Is this a bigger, it's kind of a bigger brush. I'm going to switch to a slightly bigger brush to see if we can knock out the green faster. What's his name? I haven't thought of a name for our Space Marine here. I do like this green though. This is a nice dark green. Mini Shini says feisty. Touching him all over and you don't even ask his name. That's right. So, hair on my brush. Hair that's not part of the brush on my brush. I guess I should specify. So there should be plenty of hairs on the brush. But some of them are, you know, supposed to be there. Okay, most of what I can see of that leg is now painted. It's a little bit more Up in here, it's like thigh armor. Oop. I gotta be real careful and not get too far over to the right, or else I'm gonna be behind the chat window when I'm painting. So I'm gonna have to really try to focus on that. I had an ad. Can you go back to what you were doing, saying like a minute ago? You was a kid. I really like this green. We got lost in the ads too. Redo. I set it to be as low on ads as YouTube will let me. So I don't remember exactly what I was saying, other than I really like this green. It's a nice dark green. And I'm also pretty much done with that one leg. And now I'm kind of moving over to the other leg here. Since right now I'm just kind of blocking in the colors. So we're being a little bit, I don't know, a little bit rough with things. We're just kind of going for coverage at the moment. Lots of green. Green is my favorite color. Also, like, repaint the leg. Oh, yeah. About that, you can watch this leg and pretend that it's the other leg. How's that sound? I'm also pretty sure YouTube has like an instant replay feature where you can actually like pause and go back and rewatch parts. I don't know how that actually works though. Deal. Oh, this is one of my favorites. The song. So I've listened to a lot of the Streambeats by Harris Heller. Because I've used his Streambeats a lot over the years for my various, you know, either gaming streams or painting streams or what have you. Because they're royalty free. I don't have to pay like copyright fees and all that good stuff. So it's really good for small creators like me. And so yeah, I've listened to a lot of them, but this one is White Lie. I don't even have to look up to tell you which one it is. I have a really good imagination. Good. That's what we like to hear. So it's okay if we get a little bit on other objects. Like, honestly, it probably would have made the most sense if I would have went back and like spray painted this guy, airbrushed with this green. Like if I just covered the whole mini in green, that would have gotten me most of the way there, but then I would lose a lot of the highlights underneath. That mini's already painted in my head. Oh, good. That's then you can tell me where I mess up now, since you already know what he's going to look like at the end. Oh, that's his ammo pack. Okay, I was like, what the heck is that hanging on his... There's like this square thing kind of sticking off the back of his belt. I couldn't remember what that was supposed to be. Alright, now Let's try to get his chest armor. You already messed up. Teal's a great color. Teal is a great color. Shini says her favorite color is teal. Oh, good. I didn't want to miss anything she said on accident. Sorry, I had to go back up to see that one. But yes, teal is a great color. So I've probably said this in the past, and I probably said it last live stream. Some people really like to do what they call sub-assemblies, where they don't really like assemble the whole mini. Like they might leave the arms detached, like this arm here. Like if I didn't glue it on, it would have made it easier to get in and get some of these areas like around his chest and stuff. But I don't really like painting that way. For me, it's kind of a pain to go back and like glue it back together like after I'm done painting. Mini Shini says she likes dragons. This is very, very true. She loves dragons. Dragons are probably one of her like favorite things just in general right now. There's a little gap right in here to get back in there and paint on his backpack and stuff. Wet this paint down just a little bit and really try to get up inside this, like the inside of his backpack area back here. There's gonna be, whoops, sorry, too far over. Mini Shini is taking over my laptop if you haven't figured that out yet. I have not figured that out yet, but I believe it. Sorry, I really need to pay better attention to where I'm holding this guy. I need to try to keep him in your guys' view. So I'm assuming one of the Shini Wifey comments is from Shini Wifey and the other one is from Mini Shini. We need to figure out how to get her logged into her own account on something, so that way it would actually show up as her. Some of this isn't going to stay green. Oops, sorry. Some of this is going to go back to like gray or silver or something. Acting like mom by saying who is saying it. One is me. You know, what I think Shini Wifey has done here, though, is figure out a loophole to stay number one easier because two people are commenting as her. There's like a whole conversation going on where she's basically playing, you know, two parts. No. So I don't know if she intentionally did that or not, but I think she may have accidentally found a loophole. All right, part of this is going to turn into like leather straps, but I need to get that all green first. Okay, get on my laptop now. I'm number one. It says so. Tony showed up and boom, number one. Did it really? Did it change him to number one? It's unfortunately too small on my screen, and my chat widget thing that I thought I would be able to look at to see all the chat broken up easier is like not working. So the only way I can read the chat is what shows up on the screen, and it's kind of small for me because like it's only like a small, like the whole stream view. I'm like looking at the preview in my streaming software, and it's not very big. So I can only see the chat there, and it's kind of hard to see like what number it's showing after you guys. I've taken it over again. Taken. That's right. Taken is correct, but that is not how you spell taken. There's an E instead of an I. I like this green. A little bit more back here. That should be green. Oh, and a little bit more down in this gap. Oh, taking the laptop. Gotcha. Gotcha. I thought you meant you've taken the, like the number one spot again. I took her in number one. I can usually tell. Oh, hey. Okay, so the Twitch chat is showing up over here. Let's see how this works. Shini Wifey has entered the Twitch chat. So yeah, so now it should be showing both on there, but for some reason I can only see, so I can see the Twitch chat in the preview. Why can't I see both? That's frustrating. Because it says they're both connected. Like, and it shows me that I have viewers on YouTube. But it's not showing me the YouTube chat on that with that widget. I must just have something like configured wrong. I'm not sure what color his little shoulder pad should be, so we're just gonna go with green for now. I'm just gonna get that all nice and green, including the bottom edge, which is something that I have forgotten before. Like I'd be painting the edge of something, or the, I'm sorry, not the edge, but like the main surface, and then I'd forget that you could, you know, see the edge of it. So you always want to make sure you go back and finish that up too. All right, so let's rinse this brush. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't know why the chat thing is doing that. Like maybe I need to go in the settings or something and fix it. I'm glad that it's working on the screen, at least. Like that part actually makes me happy. That's what I wanted. All right, so we're gonna let that green dry for a little bit, and let's start filling in some of the brown for his like leather his leather bits. Like he's got these pouches here, and some pouches over here on this side, and he's got some belts. So we'll pick out some leather for that. So we're probably gonna use this oak brown. Can you guys hear that when I'm shaking it up? Like you hear the rattling? Or at the moment, like I have a paint shaker on my desk that I'm using that it makes like a vibrating sound. Can you hear that at all? Like I'm using it right now while I'm talking. Hey, Shini Wifey is able to use the emote. Do it again. Can you hear this? Like while I'm shaking this, while I'm talking? Or if I put it on the paint shaker over here, it's making kind of like a deep rumbling noise. Oh, you can hear it? That's not what I wanted. I was hoping you couldn't hear it. That's the idea, is that you're not supposed to be able to hear it. Do I not have my mic set right? Properties. You hear it, but quietly. I think it should have some blue. We might get some blue on there. We'll see. So, it's kind of hard to tell because he's not really painted much yet, but his shoulder here and his arm have like alien armor bits that he's harvested off of an alien, and he's killed an alien. He's like, this knife down here stabbed into an alien piece. I was thinking about doing those in purple, but we might be able to mix some blue in there too. I speak for all of us. It's quiet. It's not I was hoping it wouldn't be very loud. I have NVIDIA Broadcast that's supposed to be kind of like filtering the sounds, and so you're really mostly only supposed to hear my voice more than anything, and not the other sounds in the room. I was just curious how that was, if that was really working or not. All right. This is not at a very good angle for you guys to be able to see, unfortunately, because he's kind of like got his knife in the way. I'm working on this leather strap that's going around his leg, and then like the side of his pouch here. Broadcast works surprisingly. Wait, I typed it too fast. Didn't catch what I typed. Oh, gotcha. Broadcast works surprisingly well. I also use it for virtual green screen when I stream on occasion. I thought about that, Brad. Also, thank you. Oh, sorry, Corthane. His real name is not Brad. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been talking to everyone with their real names basically so far, almost. Except Corthane, of course. I lied. I don't know if I would have paid any attention to the noises if you hadn't said anything. I mean, I was hoping that they were, like, at least quiet, because I mean, it's really loud for me. Especially the shaker on the ground, on my desk. It's like a motor rumbling. Also, welcome to the stream. I'm testing out doing a dual stream. I'm on both YouTube and Twitch. So you are free to view on whichever one you prefer. It is Tony. Stop calling me Tony and only ever call me Swisher 8682. Is that what that says? It's so small. I can't hardly read. Some of the text is difficult to read. So yeah, Tony, that's my cousin Brad from Texas. I don't feel like that's doxing you too much since Texas is kind of big. Figured that out. Good. Yeah, we're just kind of blocking in colors right now. This part's not terribly... It's Tony the Tiger! Why is that all... On Twitch, that's all, like, glowing. What did you do? I mean, you could say DFW or even Dallas, and that still wouldn't help very many. That's true. That's true. The general Dallas-Fort Worth area is still also very large. How many people are in that area? Like, that's like well over 1 million, isn't it? Like, I never really thought about how much bigger it is down there. But I know it is bigger. Like, I've visited several times. Oh, you spent points. Okay. I was wondering. It's like highlighted or something. Oh, did you use like the highlight channel point reward or something? Highlight my message? I don't know if I've ever seen anyone use that one, so I didn't know what it looked like. Nearly 8 million? Oh my gosh. So yeah, like Wichita is like, I think we're around like 400,000 now. 8 million is insane. Actually, I closed out of the chat and couldn't figure out how to open it. Now I'm stuck with an ad. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Shini Wifey probably would have a lot of points. I bet Corthane probably has a lot of points on Twitch too. I've changed my Twitch channel around, if you hadn't noticed, Corthane, but I'm basically only doing mini painting streams. So I got rid of a lot of the I had some channel point rewards that were kind of geared towards gaming and not like I had like hero request or something like that. So I got rid of a few of those. And I disabled a few of them, like the sound alerts, I think. 43,000 on Twitch. Mostly because I hadn't had time to... I'm on a new computer than I normally stream from, and so I haven't really had time to like set those up. Okay, so he's also got this shoulder strap here that goes down to his gun, so I want to make sure I get that. And then it looks like he has some straps here holding this alien carapace stuff onto his armor. That should be most of the leather blocked in at that point. Also, hi, Shini Wifey. Hi, bleh, Shini Wifey. Hope you and the rest of the family are doing well. So you probably missed the earlier part of the chat, Brad, but there are currently Shini Wifey is logged in on like 3 different devices right now. She's on Twitch on one of them to kind of compare like the settings and stuff. But one of the Shini Wifeys is actually Mini Shini that's on her account. Also, hold on, wait. What is this symbol? Am I only seeing... I just realized, okay, Brad, are you on? No, you're on YouTube. Okay, never mind. I was trying to figure out if you were on Twitch or YouTube, and because I was like, I have a stream plugin that's supposed to be showing me the chat, and it's only showing me the Twitch chat for some reason. But then I had like a moment of like, wait, what's going on? Because I could only see Shini Wifey in that chat, and I thought you were also on Twitch, so it was confusing me. Yes, Mini Shini is using, I think she said the laptop. I think she stole the laptop from Shini Wifey. I mean, she used to be Shini Baby, but she's grown. Oh, goodness. Corthan, thank you for the resub with Prime. I'm so glad that that alert works. I did a lot of work trying to get some of these alerts and things to hopefully look good. $33 months. It's a long time, man. Let me take back my laptop to respond. We're doing well. How are you and the fam doing? We miss you all. A little distracted playing Civ 6 and watching. That's fair. I mean, I don't always expect everyone to like focus in on what I'm doing, but just having it up in the background is awesome. It actually helps a lot. Distinguish the Shinis by who's using punctuation. That's probably true. He's like wrapped the leather around his like wrist armor here. I'm trying to make sure that I get that as closely as I can. Oh yeah, you can see it on this side. Always Civ 6. I'm hopeful for the 7 big update, but until then, 6 it is. Me too. I want so badly to like it, but it's so hard right now. Pretty much everyone doing well. Ready for vacation, but otherwise good. A vacation does sound nice. My group got obsessed with it for like a month. I had like 4 or 5 group games going for about 2 months. Oh, geez. You like the mini so far? Good, good. Glad to hear that. I'm assuming that's Mini Shini. Set him down. Okay, so... oh, I missed... Whoops. I'm probably going to find this out as I go. Oh, and I didn't do his... He has little knife sheath things hanging down. Should probably get those too. Down here. They've got probably some metal trim down towards the bottom, but I can go back and paint over that later. Really do. Yep, it's mini Shini. I was pretty sure. Okay, I don't think I can... Oh. I was about to say I couldn't see any more leather, but there's a little bit that's kind of like wrapped around this armor bit that I want to try to get. It's okay if I don't get everything in the lines at the moment, because I'm going to be coming back with other colors to fill in some of the other gaps later anyways. I mean, I don't want to like cover everything in brown, but it's okay if I get a little bit on the alien bits. Feeling that I just won't be able to get into it. The era change is hard for me to get into. I didn't think it would bother me, but it kind of does. Oh, with the leaders, not all being actual leaders. Didn't I just get Space Marine 2, or am I just recalling you mentioning it? Me? I did. I got Space Marine 2 a little while ago. I think I might have loaded it up recently. That could be what you're thinking of. So I just realized there's a little tiny gap that I could see right there that probably should be brown and wasn't yet. Okay. That's pretty good for the brown at the moment. Let's get another color. I'm thinking super occasion we manage every time at the same time. We should play the replay. I'm excited for that. I actually do really want to play that. I barely played any of the campaign. I went through like maybe the first act or so, like the first couple of chapters of missions. I don't know. I can't remember how it was broken up because it was a little while back when I like really played it much. But I'm going to use this deep gray on some of his... he has like some under armor stuff showing on his stomach here and kind of in his elbow joints and stuff. So I'm going to use that to fill in some of those. Oh, I just realized I missed a spot on his boot down here when I was doing the green. My goodness. I'm missing stuff all over the place. So I caught it now instead of just leaving it there. I didn't even finish the campaign due to it. Even the one from the finish that still went back to 6. The deep gray looks cool. I do like the deep gray. It's a really good color. It's a nice solid gray. I'll probably paint it on the grenades as well, and then maybe on like his little face mask thing. And then, interestingly enough, so the salamanders, the Space Marine salamanders, are kind of unique for Space Marines. Once they have, like, Space Marines kind of go through like a transformation process. Like they used to be normal humans and they get like turned into Space Marines. They get like augments and all sorts of stuff. So I'm very much simplifying this process. But once they get fully transformed, once they have all the gene seed and stuff, salamanders are kind of unique. Their skin turns like super, super deep black. And I don't mean like what we would consider like a normal skin color. Like their skin is like solid black, like this kind of black. And so one of the reasons I actually picked this specific model is because he does have part of his head showing. And so I thought that would be kind of cool to paint him like that. Oh, wait, hold on, I missed something. I'm feeling extra engaged. Oh wait, Corthane's heading out. See you, Corthane, thanks for stopping by. The Vaporwave Eldar, he's not 100% finished, but he is right here. I actually do like how he came out from the last stream. The way you said gene seed sounded dirty. It might have been a little bit. But yeah, he's not 100% finished. I didn't want to... I thought about finishing him up during this stream. But I really wanted to run... I did a poll to see what we'd be painting for this one. And I really didn't want to start out with trying to finish that guy. I thought I might do a video because there's... He really only needs a little bit of detail kind of finished on him. And so I was thinking I might just do a video to finish him up. And kind of also might help me double dip on engagement a little bit. Be like, look, I'm finishing up this thing for my live streams, which lets viewers know, hey, I also do live streams. If they, for some reason, don't already know. You know, gotta think up all those cheap marketing tactics to trick people. That's my job. And also, welcome to the stream, Garrick. Are you going to paint the monster with the sword stuck into it on the bottom? I am thinking, I'm assuming... Hey, a super sticker. Thank you, Anthony. I can't actually see the sticker on here. His brush, probably. Garrick, be nice. That's probably my daughter chatting there. Oh, we sent like a little... What is that? Like a pear? What in the world did you send me? It doesn't show on... Oh, no, it does. It's just tiny. Okay. It's like a little gift thing. But I was thinking I would do purple for the alien bits. I was just testing it. Give me my money back. I called him by the wrong name. Wait, did I? Wait, what? Who did I call by the wrong name? I don't know, man. It's a little crowded here. Remember when I was the only one in here when it was just you, me, and the smudge on your glasses? Simpler times. Those were simpler times. Those were Zen Moss. So simple. Also, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Does everyone else see numbers after everyone's name? Is that a thing that YouTube did? I don't remember seeing numbers after. If you were the only one cool guy, then where's your rank badge, huh? Huh? I called Tony the name we do not speak? Did I? What did I call him? Did I call him by his full name? His maiden name? Did I call him by his maiden name? Tony bought his way to the top. At the moment, I'm just kind of blocking in colors, by the way, for anyone who's joined recently. Got like grenades strapped to his chest here, and I'm trying to make sure I get them without getting too much gray on the rest of him. He called him by his government name. Whoops. I was probably just reading the chat, because that's how it's listed there. I mean, it's his fault for putting it in there wrong. He knows nobody calls him that. Gosh, I gotta remember not to get that far over to the side. I keep doing that. I'm sorry. It is so hard. Like, I can kind of see, like, I have it in front of me. But it's... I have it up and to the right slightly. I don't have I can't really get it directly in front of my eyes. That would be really nice. Like if it was just on the other, like straight past where I'm looking while I'm painting. My little preview window of what I'm seeing. Zinma sent a super chat. Who needs a tank when you can just buy the spotlight? Or who needs a rank when you can just buy the spotlight? That's right. You can just buy the #1 spot. Sorry, I apologize. The chat is like really small. Because my plugin for showing the chat that I thought was going to work is for whatever reason only showing the Twitch chat, which is really frustrating. So I'm only seeing the YouTube chat in like a little tiny preview of my stream. Unfortunately, there wasn't really a way to test it ahead of time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, grenade. Gasps. Thank you, Zenmos. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Shini Wifey was viewing on like 3 different platforms earlier. I don't know if she still is, but she had it pulled up on the TV, she had it on her phone, and she had it up on her laptop. And at one point, Mini Shini had stolen the laptop and was using it to chat with. So we actually had like 2 Shini Wifeys chatting at the same time, basically. Why is it so small? Why is the chat so small? Is that what you're asking me? If it was in my plugin, it would be bigger. Why is the chat so small? Still am. Okay. The chat for me is small because I unfortunately have a lot of different things going on my screen at the same time. And so I have like my YouTube stats, I have my stream information, so I have like my audio stuff so I can make sure like the music's not too loud, or like my voice isn't getting like way louder than what is safe for ears. Things like that. Like I have a bunch of that kind of stuff on the screen right now. And so my preview for what basically the whole window you guys are seeing is only like a small portion of my screen. And so the chat I'm seeing is a small version of that. Wifey's on Twitch, Shini is on my laptop. That is correct. Mini Shini is on the laptop. But yeah, that's why. That's the reason that I'm seeing a small chat, is just because of how it's working, basically. I want to paint, I'm gonna get the gun gray as well. We might come back and add highlights and stuff later. But we're just gonna focus on painting it gray. I'm also, during this stream, I'm experimenting with a few things. So I have my computer set up. Not only am I streaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, which is really handy. Because I know I had a few viewers on Twitch from before that, back whenever I used to do my hobby streams, that they might show up at some point. Maybe not in this stream necessarily, but you know, they might realize, oh hey, he's streaming hobby stuff on Twitch again, and they might come back. Maybe not, who knows. But that's handy. But the other thing that I'm doing, I've been texting almost the whole time. The other thing that I've been doing is I'm recording both my main camera in 4K and my webcam in 1080p, so that way after the stream, if I wanted, I could take all of this footage and edit it down easily, and it won't have like the chat overlay, and it won't have the alerts and stuff over top of it. It'll just have oh, and I split it up so it only has my microphone audio, so it'd be easier to turn it into a video later if I wanted to. So we're gonna see how that works after this, because if it does, that's pretty nifty. That's pretty neat. Whoops, too far. Got stuck on an ad. I'm sorry. I set it to low. I set it to like the lowest possible setting YouTube would allow me for ads. I mean, the other thing is I could turn it off completely. But to have ads on at all, that is the lowest setting, which it still seems like you guys are getting quite a few ads, so I might just go with no ads in the future. Is Wifey on Twitch on her phone? Ads haven't been bad, really easy to skip. Well, you've been on, or are you talking about on YouTube or on Twitch? Because I think I only got like one alert that they were even playing on Twitch, but I feel like you guys have called out ads a handful of times on YouTube. Okay. Should probably... Anyway, if he's still on Twitch. Yes, I know she is. Twitch on phone, laptop, YouTube, one of your other accounts on one of my other accounts. Okay, so I'm watching myself. Got it. Now this hose is going to get painted gray as well. That might turn into another color later on, but for now it's gray. Ads have been on YouTube for the most part. Gotcha. I was thinking that was the case, was they were mostly YouTube ads, because I only got one or maybe two notifications on Twitch that there were any ads. All right, what color are we feeling for the alien armor bits? He's got a little bit on his arm and shoulder, and there's a little bit here that his feet are standing on. And I think I'm just about into a good spot here to start changing colors. Mini Shini likes the music. I do like this music. This is nice. Streambeats labels it as lo-fi, and I do enjoy it. It's nice and chill, and for my purposes, most importantly, it is copyright free and specifically designed and meant for using it in videos and live streams and stuff like that. Blue. There are ads, but they're more like a banner and show up under the live video. Oh, okay. On Twitch. I was thinking that that's kind of how Twitch had changed some of their stuff to being. Because it used to be Twitch ads would like completely interrupt everything you were seeing, and if you were like typing or interacting, it would interrupt that too. And Twitch tells me when there's an incoming ad. Oh, that's handy. I was getting an alert for that, but I wasn't sure if you guys would get that. That's nifty. I like that, actually. Whereas YouTube, it just kind of pops up and goes, I'm assuming. All right, let's see if I can paint these bits of his helmet. I guess it doesn't, I haven't painted his skin yet, so it doesn't really matter too much if I get it on his skin. But I don't really want to get it on his armor that I have already painted. No, I got a lot of green on the back of his head. What the heck did I do there? Oops. Okay, I believe that has now blocked in most of the gray. We're in Mom's room on the bed with Binks. Oh, good. You guys found her. I wasn't sure where Binks had gone. I looked for her a little bit earlier, but couldn't find her. Binks is our cat, for those unaware. Okay. I'm gonna leave this thing for now. This looks like some sort of trinket, and then also there's like a claw, probably, from the alien monster. So I am going to paint it, but I don't really know what color yet. She was in the closet. Of course she was. What a weird place for the cat to be hiding. We're probably gonna get to some highlights here pretty soon. I was thinking I might start on the green highlights. I don't know. I could get the blue started. I'm definitely not gonna finish this guy tonight. So you're thinking blue for the alien armor bits, Mini Shini? That's what you're suggesting? Also realized I missed. There's a little bit of his green armor that is kind of showing under here. A little bit. I do have the colors you've chosen so far. Also, apparently this isn't your room too. It's mine. That's, you know, I did catch that. I did catch that most of the time she says Mom's room and not your room or your guy's room or something like that. I don't know which room's mine. I guess down here. I guess I sleep in the basement now. But she was talking about blue, so I think what I'll do is start off with a really deep blue. This one is labeled as a vivid blue. Is ultramarine also a vivid? No, it's strong pale. What's the next up? Vivid. I've got this vivid that's kind of in the middle, and then I have a really bright vivid blue. So I have these three: Imperial Navy, Crystal Blue, and then bright Sapphire. That I think I can work up into some highlights on there that I think will be pretty cool. Blue for the slimy monster. Okay. That sounds good. What color should his blood or his guts be? I think they should be something really bright. And if his armor's blue, maybe that can be like pink or bright green or something. We'll start with the dark blue. We'll get that on the armor bits first. And we don't have to decide his other colors just yet. It's going to take me a little bit to get the blue on there. Mom says lime. Lime could work, because he really only has a little bit that's kind of dripping off of his weapon here. Oh, this armor has like an interesting texture. Brush isn't flowing over it quite as, or maybe I didn't have my paint quite wet enough. That was probably the problem. Convinced me to ARAM. What a great idea. How did that go? Or are you guys just now starting? You've been quiet. You have been quiet, but that's okay. I think this dark blue is going to be a really nice base color. For the alien armor. This is a really nice dark blue. Still playing. I think the monster should be teal. Oh boy. Well, we can probably start with this dark blue and work up into teal, maybe. Hydrate. All right, give me 1 second. I just got some fresh paint on here. That is also another nice thing about Twitch, is that it's got the channel points stuff built in. And YouTube doesn't have that. Alright, so the armor should be teal, she says, and the guts should be lime. Don't want you to forget to have some quality, high quality H2O. That's fair. It's a good thing for me to not forget. Especially after yesterday. I do like this dark blue a lot though. Like this is such a good shade of blue. Okay, so this thing down here looks like a claw of some kind, and it's got like some armor bit stuff still kind of attached to the back of it. He's got it hanging down here almost like he's going to use it as a knife. Like, I'm picturing it kind of like Dr. Grant having that like velociraptor claw in Jurassic Park. Mini Shini has asked Anthony Swisher how his day was. I'm narrating that out loud since he's in the middle of playing a game right now, so it's possible he wouldn't see it otherwise. Shade of blue like the sea. It's just a really nice dark blue. I like it. World's longest ad. I just watched it for you, bruv. Appreciate it. I just realized that part of this next to his boot, I think is supposed to be its brain. I think this is his head that he's stepping on right here. That's kind of gross. I think I've pretty much got all the armor bits down there. And then he's got these like tentacle things coming out right here. Those will probably be fun to paint a different color. ARAM round 2. I'm allowing Mini Shini to hang out with us way past her bedtime. She better not make me regret it. She better not, that's true. She better be good. Man, that blue is very, very vibrant next to his green. Okay, so she wanted me to work this up the blue more towards teal. So we have Amulet Aqua, which is a very bright teal. Wow, these two really don't look that much different. They both say teals. But this one is like one notch brighter than that one. How many teals do I have? This one says teal as well. This one is a dark teal. Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to skip this Aqua Alchemy. And I think what I'm going to do is add some of this Pharaoh Guard to start making highlights on that blue. This might be too much of a jump. We'll see. But we might go to this Pharaoh Guard and then maybe jump all the way up to the Amulet Aqua. I don't know. But we're gonna go from the blue to this Pharaoh Guard. That's going to bring it back closer to the green, but I think it'll be okay. Actually used these colors on some other minis. I don't have them within easy reach though. Amulet Aqua. Yeah, we're going to go up to the Amulet Aqua. That's going to be our brightest brightest highlight on the alien armor bits. But we're gonna start with Pharaoh Guard, and then use the Amulet Aqua as a highlight on top of it to really bump those colors up a bit. Just need a little drop of this. Don't need much. All right. I'm going to start with down here on his lower portion. And basically, I'm going to leave a little bit of the blue in like the really shadowed areas. But I want to get this Pharaoh, what was it called? Pharaoh Guard, kind of on these top edges. Oh my gosh, that's a very long. Me trying to wake up Mini Shini this morning and ask her what she wants for breakfast. Oh yeah, I remember this conversation. What she wants for breakfast, I'd ask her 4 times. Finally, I said, Mini Shini, do you hear me? I said, what do you want for breakfast, Mini Shini? Capybara. What? I don't have capybara on the menu. I said bagels or breakfast sandwich. Mini Shini shaking her head. Oh no, I mean bagel. Yeah, she was definitely out this morning. Like super out. Okay, I'm hoping this isn't too much of a jump going in from the blue into the Pharaoh Guard. Like, I'm hoping that this will look okay. I said the wrong thing. You did, but that's okay. You were very sleepy this morning. All right, now let's see how this... I know. I was not awake for that, but Mommy did tell me about it. I do like this teal quite a bit, which I feel like I've probably said about just about all the colors that we've tried so far. But this teal is actually one I specifically bought this color separate from a lot of my other stuff because I wanted to use this teal specifically for some minis. Whenever I bought some, I bought some stuff for Infinity, which is a different game. different tabletop game, I bought this teal to paint those minis specifically. I'm hoping that leaving, sorry, I'm just like swinging the mini all over the place. But I'm hoping by leaving a little bit of the blue behind that it almost looks like it's like kind of a color changing, like depending on what angle you look at it, you see a little bit of blue. And then if you look at it from another angle, you see more of the teal. That's kind of what I'm hoping for there. And it actually looks like, so I painted this blue, but there's a little spot here in the middle. It kind of looks like folded cloth. I don't think that's supposed to be part of the armor. I thought it was at first, but like upon looking at it a little bit closer, I think it's actually, I think it's part of the, or I think it's something else. I think it's a cloth that's like underneath the armor. Alright, I'm shaking up some of the Amulet Aqua. You like today? It was a good day? That's good. That's good to hear. I'm glad you like today. I have enjoyed most of today as well. Not so much when I first woke up. I had a really bad headache when I first woke up, but I took some medicine, went back to sleep for a little while, and then I felt better. It's alright, we're gonna grab this Amulet Aqua, which is a very bright teal. We're gonna try to drive the highlights up on that piece a little bit more. This bottle does not want to squeeze. I'm afraid I got some out, but I'm afraid to squeeze too much because it might like explode everywhere. Alright, so now we want this super bright Amulet Aqua on like just these top edges of some of these things here. And maybe a little bit of these like flat panels that are kind of facing upwards. And definitely this top edge over here. Like watching you paint, you're the best at painting. Thank you. I appreciate that. I enjoy painting quite a bit. This is one of my favorite activities to do. I want this to almost look like it's like scratched across that top surface of there. And that gets really bright. I like that. That like really stands out there. Can I get a little bit of edge highlight on here? Yup. Sure can. And probably a little bit on that edge there. Yeah. And then probably back here. That really helps stand out just a little bit there. And then we got to get some down here on the headpiece down at the bottom, because the light is going to hit down there as well. Alright, I was kind of focusing there for a little bit, but I'm still just kind of painting this aqua color on a lot of these raised tip-top pieces of his helmet down here. I want them to, like, I want the top edges to definitely be lighter, but I don't want to just cover everything in it. I want some of the darker colors underneath to still kind of show through in places. Love painting, I just don't have that much time to do it. I used to paint most of the day. You did used to paint a lot more. We need to make sure we get stuff set up so you can paint down here some more again. Because I also like it when you paint. I think that is it for the teal. Bring him back up here for kind of a close-up. So, we painted his armor up here on his arm. We did blue first, then we kind of went over it with some teal. I really like how that's looking. And then kind of same with his headpiece down here. Nice and bright and teal down there. So I think we need to work on some highlights for his green armor here. It's very, very dark green. Use that angel green. So we need to work up a little bit to green skin here. We're going to start on that next. This is probably the main method I like to use when I'm painting, is kind of working up from the darker colors, and then just kind of layering up to the lighter colors and then the highlights. All right. Green skin. Pretty sure it's named this way for like goblins and orcs. I think they used to just call it like goblin green. Basically that same shade of of green. Love painting, especially the minis with all the details. Love the minis you paint and you never give up. Thank you. Yeah, I missed part of his I'm going to be painting a lot of the, I feel like I say this with like every color, but I'm going to be painting a lot of the upward facing surfaces. I'm gonna say that like through the whole video. He's got like some buttons here on this little wristband thing. We might come back and paint those some different colors later to make them look like they're lit up or something. Like right here, it's kind of hard to see, but he's got like 3 little buttons. Regretting a little bit where I placed this green on my palette. It's a little bit too close to some of my other colors. I'm gonna get the top edge of his little neck collar thing. And he's got some green armor here that is kind of facing upwards a little bit. Bit of his chest armor here is also kind of facing up. The camera is focusing on the buttons, or I just can't see them. Oh, isn't. They're really small. They're kind of right here where my paintbrush is pointing. There's 3 little tiny buttons. And those will probably get painted a different color. But they're really hard to see. They're on his arm right here. Garrick made us lose. It happens. It does happen. Especially in that game. I'm the saddest person in the world now. I love it. So yeah, I'm just adding this green in places I feel like would be getting hit by a lot of light. Or at least a pretty good amount of light. I'm the saddest. I don't have a Shini rank anymore. I was too locked in. He's lost his Shini rank. Man. Well, we're starting to work on some highlights on the armor here. I already did some of the highlights on the alien armor bits. Mini Shini wanted teal. We started with the dark blue, and then she really wanted to go up into teal, so that's what we did. And now I'm working on adding some highlights to this green. Again, I'm trying to only add highlights where I feel like the light would be naturally hitting. So like on this boot, you know, light's shining down from above, so this edge is going to get it, but like back here on this side is not going to be getting it. And then like the top here is going to be getting a lot of light. Too much water on my brush there, dang it. That happens sometimes. Not a huge deal, but sometimes it flows a little bit into places where you don't really want it to. Playing fiddlesticks. You said you guys were playing ARAMs, right? Yeah, they'll probably try again. Okay. I like how this green is coming out so far. Again, I've already said this with a lot of the colors, but I like this green. This is a good green. Yeah, guys, Mini Shini says, well, she asked if you can try again. And then she says, never give up. Never give up. Never ever. That's right. Trying to keep the green from going down into those like recessed areas. Trying to keep those more of that darker green color, the angel green or whatever it was. Which I had actually forgotten why it was called Angel Green, and then I remembered that there's a faction called the Dark Angels that are a very dark green. Oh man, the start of that song, like the very first note, I thought my phone was vibrating like really loud or something. I had like a almost panic moment there. Nice person. You are. You are. You better be nice to mommy in the morning for letting you stay up this late. You guys are nice too. Okay. I'm liking the highlights here on the green. And I think it's about time to punch that up another step. There, here's where we're at so far. I like these. I like the blending of the green here, going from the brighter into the dark. Like that really makes it pop. So now we're gonna go for some super bright green. Rainforest. And we're only gonna use that very, very sparingly. We're only gonna use it a little bit on the very edges and the very highest points of some places. Oh yeah, and the lime guts. We're not quite done with the alien stuff yet. But yes, the guts coming out of or dripping off of the knife are going to be the same lime green. In fact, actually, I think I will start this off Always nice to be reminded by your 8-year-old to paint the guts. So we're going to start with we're just going to say the whole basically top tip of this knife at minimum is just got this green on it. So we're going to start with this green and we're going to work our way up to that lime green. I think that'll make it look better. Yeah, Twitch does do a little ad break warning thing. That's nice. 30-second ad break starting. And I'm getting the rainforest. Oh, it's just called rainforest, not even rainforest. Not even rainforest green, just rainforest. Get some of that on here. Very small drop. Do not need very much of this at all. All right, and for the gut stuff, you want lots of this. This here bright green on here. And I think that I want the look of the bright green with a little bit of the dark green showing through. You try your best to get up early for mom. That's good. You better try really, really hard, because she's being extra nice to you and letting you stay up extra late. Everywhere Binks looks, she glares. That sounds about right. Trying to be a little bit maybe rough with this green, so it gives it a little bit more texture. I like that right there. Got to do a little bit more work on the sword later, but for the guts, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, let's see if I can be really careful with this lime green. Don't want this to be too thick, but I'm definitely... Mom says she likes it a lot. That's good. Yeah, I don't want to go too thick with it, but I definitely want to do a little bit of basically edge highlighting with this. Once that dries a little bit, I think it'll blend in a hair more. But I just want this like ever so slight, tiny bit of green to actually hit the highest portions. When that dries, I think that'll look pretty good up there. Like that's some pretty major highlights right there. That is a huge jump in greens. It might even be more green than I really want it to jump up. It looks almost yellow. Wouldn't you add a bit of blue at the end of the sword for extra texture? I might. It's not a bad idea. Get stabbed through the slime. That's not a bad idea. We'll see if we get that far though. There's still a lot to go on this guy. Trying to get a really thin, like this highlight right here is probably barely visible. We might need a part 2. We very well might, because I don't think I'm going to finish this guy tonight. As much as I would like to, I feel like there's still quite a bit more to do. How that foot's coming out. Trying to be kind of subtle with the highlights. You like this mini a lot? Good. Good. I'm liking him a lot so far, too. Trying to hit these little tiny, it's got like some rivets that stick up just a tiny bit. Trying to hit those without getting paint on the area around it too much. So many, I love the texture a lot. So many, let's say, raining compliments. They're everywhere. Extra water off of there. Raining good things like compliments. That's right. That is exactly what's happening. Sorry, I'm not chatting a lot. This is like a very delicate part of the procedure of the surgery. But yeah, this is a very, like, I'm trying really hard not to get the paint in places that I don't really want it. It's bedtime. Adios. Oh, came back from utter destruction. Very nice. You won. Very good. Very good. Well, have a good night, Anthony. Calling you by your government name again. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the, what did you give me earlier? A super sticker, I believe it was. Always appreciated. I actually don't even know if I've ever gotten a super sticker before. I like that you didn't give up. See, it's important. It's important that you didn't give up. This green might be too bright for the highlights. I might have to figure out how to tone this back down later on. Leaving too, but mom's not? Okay. Good night, Mini Shini. I will see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you for watching with us, and I'm glad you got to watch so long. Yeah, like, I really like how this turned out down here on, like, its boot. Like, that looks really cool, I think. It almost even has, like, almost a comic book type vibe to it. Because I did just a little bit of, like, I don't know, texture in here with it. Not very much, but just that little tiny bit, because there's not very much on my brush even. But like, I like that a lot. But then up here, I think that's too much. I think what I'm gonna do is get some really thinned down. It's probably too much, but we're gonna go back over top of some of this on top. But I like how it looks almost everywhere else, but just that little bit on top was just too bright. So I think we're gonna meant to thin that down a little bit more, but I think it'll be okay. We'll start with that, and then we will come back. I also want to get a little bit on there, bring that back down just a hair. Once that dries, I think we're going to come back and figure something out for that shoulder pad. I'm going to look up what color do the salamander shoulder pads usually look. Oh, a lot of times they're black. And then what color's their logo? Is that white? All of these are like from the front. Yeah, it looks like their shoulder pads are usually black, and then they have white for their like dragon head logo. Interesting. Okay, well. Maybe I need to paint that black. Yeah, it is already 11:30. We're basically going on 11:30. I think this might be a good place to call it for this guy tonight. I think this was a pretty good progress on here. Again, I really like how I do really like this teal that Mini Shini picked. But I really like how like his leg here and then this leg over here, I really like this one. I like how that came out. I'm pretty happy with this backpack, but again, I kind of fixed the top a little bit. You know what, before we stop, let's go back with this I know I said I was probably done, but let's go back with this this highlight color and try to get just a little bit up here. Across this very, very part. I think this will look fine. I'm just trying to add a little bit of it there as like texture. I don't want it to be completely like overpowering. I don't want it to just look like that, like almost yellow color, like solid. Trying to wipe a lot of it off on my brush, so that way only a little bit shows up on here. Because again, kind of going for just texture more than anything. Almost want it to look like cross-hatching or something. Or like stippling maybe, a little bit of... I think that looks pretty good right there. I think that looks way better than what it did before. It was like too bright before. This is much more subtle. On top of the backpack there, especially. Like that, I like that. But then, okay, so this shoulder pad is probably going to get painted black instead. But we'll save that for next time. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I don't know who all is still here. I know Mini Shini just left. Shini wifey had her finally go to bed. I say finally, it's late for her, very late for her. She's usually in bed like an hour and a half to 2 hours ago, probably. But since I was streaming and it was just painting and not anything overly, you know, she wasn't like watching a movie or something super exciting. She let her stay up a little bit later. So, yeah, so she stayed up a little bit late. I know Garrick was here a little bit ago. Tony went to bed. Corthane went to bed. But yeah, we had quite a few people stop by tonight. So thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and stop it right here. See ya.